Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Travis Answers. You may be familiar with Travis Talks, where I lecture on a subject. This time you get to ask me questions and I answer them. This is the first episode. Who knows if it'll continue on? Probably depends on how good your questions are. So far, they don't look too good, but let's dive in and see what you got. J.K. Reynolds inquires, why did Blizzard allow SC2 to die such a slow and painful death while dumping money into Hearthstone and the poop emoji that is HOTS? Well, first off, I don't think that Blizzard allowed StarCraft 2 to die. I think for them, they had seen what Brood War did, succeeded just fine by a little bit of help, but mostly just community engagement and kind of the Korean entertainment industry pushing it. And they thought that was all they needed for StarCraft 2, not realizing that maybe, having 3 different tournaments every weekend was a bit of an oversaturation issue. I think for them, maybe the reason why they're trying to invest in Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm is because they are still committed to the idea of having a Blizzard esport title that's very successful, and they probably want to make sure that what happened with StarCraft 2 doesn't happen to other games. Still on the subject of Blizzard esports, Mike Spam Navi tweets, is Overwatch a Tier 1 esport? Well, I don't think it is yet, but I do think that there is potential for it to rise to the top. We'll have to see. The viewership just is not there yet. I think that the functionality is not there yet. A lot of people are already starting to write it off, but I will point out that most esports don't really start to take off until they've been out for at least a year. ORod815 asks, what do you personally think about TSM Doublelift? Will he come back? If so, how will he do versus other AD carries? Well, I was uncertain about Doublelift for a while, because at first he said that he was going to come back for the summer. Then he started saying, well, I can always come back at any point in time, and kind of made it sound like he wasn't sure if he'd come back in 2017. Well, it turns out that he's going to, based on the most recent interview I did with him. He seems very, very confident about it. I think he's watching LCS and really wants to return to it. How will he do, though? It's hard to say. I think for the first several weeks of the split, he will raise a lot of questions about whether or not he can return to form, but by the end of the split, he'll probably be back to his normal self. And of course, that means that when he gets to Worlds, he'll probably fail dramatically. LA Sleep asks, what champion would surprise you the most if it entered the meta in League of Legends? Teemo. Interestingly, some of you had some personal questions for me, hopefully not too personal. Let's take a look. Nephiloid asks, where's the best place you've ever visited and why? I really, really love South Korea. I think that even besides the fact that it is the mecca of esports, the birthplace of esports, fantastic place, that it is just a really cool place to visit. I love the culture there. I love everyone is so friendly. The city of Seoul is fantastic. Love South Korea. Ari tweets, when and how did your passion for esports begin? Well, I actually really fell in love with StarCraft 2 esports whenever it came out. This was after playing PC games for a long time, like Brood War and Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft. And so that was really whenever I got into staying up late and watching games from Korea and following along with different content. Anyway, I had been actually playing League of Legends around the same time, and so my passion for StarCraft 2 actually inspired a lot of the content that I've decided to make for League of Legends. Stribless asks, how is working at Yahoo different from your previous job? Well, while I really loved working at GameSpot and did so many fantastic, awesome things that I'm very proud of there with so many fantastic, awesome people, Yahoo has been a very different thing. For instance, I have an office now. Yeah, I actually come to an office, a building, rather than working from home. I also help run the media team here, so there's a whole lot more responsibility. So if something fails, it's not just a bunch of people that are angry with me on Reddit, it's also my whole team. So it's very, very, very different. Finally, 2 terrible questions for my friends. The first one is from Tafo, who asks, what are the odds I can make the LCS in a year? Tafo, you're not making it to LCS. In fact, I'm actually just going to reply to you with Aloa's tweet, who tweeted to you 50-50, you either do or you don't. That's a fantastic answer. Finally, from Glitch Lotus, how many hot dogs can you fit in your mouth? That is a secret that only I will know the answer to. Maybe you can get your question answered in the next couple of weeks, though, if you missed this video. You can follow me at Travis Gafford and stay tuned for more esports coverage here at Yahoo Esports.